When seeing kids zoom like rockets, he thought, hey, they need my help. He approached the principal, proposing a cross-country team for California's first national meet may begin Fame 2. Principal said cross-country was exclusive to private schools. Besides, he's no coach with no track experience. Did he fancy himself a superhero? But White didn't give up. After school, he chased Thomas, who was sprinting like a cheetah in the heat, hitting speeds of 20 kilometers per hour. Back home, White pulled up last year's race results and told the principal that Thomas could totally qualify with his daily speed. And without running shoes. White quoted CA Education law to joke with the principal. The principal had no choice but to agree. To pick team members, White promised the top 4 would win a bottle of cold drinks, which attracted a horde of kids who could resist that temptation. He even recruited Johnny to help convince those who didn't want to join to make teamwork more effective. Johnny pestered them to join, while White first rescued Hasty, who was trying to rob a vending machine for snacks. Then he bribed Hasty with a bottle of Coke. When he saw Thomas fighting with someone, he couldn't help but smirk. With the principal's covert support, Thomas zoomed right into the cross-country team. The 7-member team was officially formed, but Vito wasn't thrilled to see chubby Danny. White said, "Danny is my secret weapon," because he believed Danny could hold the team together. Losing him would mean losing 3. Soon, the training was a bizarre town-wide sight, drawing passers-by's gaze. Watching the kids sweat it out under the sun made White feel his age creeping up. They ran while swearing at the overpass, with playful echoes at the corner. When tired, they rushed for a sip of precious tap water. Danny couldn't keep up, but he persevered to the end. Soon, they anticipated the 87 Palo Alto race. White went broke buying new shoes for the team. What a sudden stroke of luck that thrilled the kids. Before the race began, White broke down the cross-country rules. First place gets 1 point, second gets 2, and so on. The team with the lowest total from the top 5 wins, but those posh kids weren't having it. Thomas was indignant, and at the start gun, everyone dashed towards the hills. He laid it all out on the beach, only to be blocked by a gaggle of high school athletes. Frustrated, he shoved 2 bullies aside and sped off, but the steep incline knocked the wind out of him. They bombed out of the first race, and you can imagine the rich kid snickering. On the way back, White took off his shades and sincerely apologized, only to make everyone more anxious. He said this loss was not their fault. It was merely him not checking the course in advance. He told them to believe they were capable of more, while he was internally drowning in disappointment. His wife wanted him to prioritize family, not school, and don't forget the cake tomorrow. So the next day, White thought it was payback time and had the kids practice hill running on a sandy incline. After a round, everyone was beat, but White insisted they practice until it felt like nothing. So they ran their hearts out and the little hills, creating a living picture of youth in motion. When everyone else had stopped after finishing running, Thomas didn't stop and questioned White how many more laps they were still expected to run. 10 laps, 20, or 100. Even if you made us run 1,000 times, it wouldn't change our reality. In this poor McFarland, fate was set from the moment they were born. Feeling it was useless, Thomas decided to quit, but coming home to see his dad losing it broke his heart. His dad was crazily banging his fists against the wall, and White realized he had missed his daughter's birthday party. Arriving secretly late, he could only respond with a simple happy birthday. But his daughter turned a deaf ear to that excuse, locking herself up and ignoring his calls. Distraught, White went driving at night to clear his mind and coincidentally stumbled upon a brooding Thomas. Thomas was teary-eyed. Today was his dad's first day back, and his underage daughter was unexpectedly pregnant. This only added fuel to the fire as Thomas tried to stop his dad but ended up getting hurt. Their frenzied bridge actions alarmed White, so he shared his troubles with Thomas. They both seemed to be on different levels. White urged Thomas, "If you jump off from here, you won't die. But you might end up needing crutches, and then you'll be a burden at home. And running will be a distant dream." After a heartfelt talk, Thomas finally let go of those extreme thoughts and returned to the team. After all, running was the only light in his dreary days. And that light was closely tied to White's future, too. He started diving into studying materials for cross-country racing. Every day he cycled around on his pink little bike, sharing tips and knowledge with them. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content.